Lying over 3,000 kilometers east of Zambia, in the Indian Ocean is an island less the size of the Copperbelt province called Mauritius, a former French and British colony that was a hotspot for 18th century commerce and slave trade. The island has evolved into a vibrant cosmopolitan society with a population of about 1.3 million people, 2 times less that of Lusaka. Its inhabitants are largely descended from India, and Hinduism is a dominant religion. Its coexistence with other religions, such as Christianity and Islam, shows to the world how it has embraced religious tolerance. The Grand Basin in Ganga Talao, located in the center of the island, is the holy place where Hindus worship and have erected a gigantic statue of their god, Lord Shiva. Around the statue and in Ganga Talao, it rains every day, and locals believe it is because of the omnipresence of their god, Lord Shiva. Pilgrims converge in temples and at the sacred lake to make offerings and pray to their gods for wellness and success in life. This spiritual journey has become a tourist attraction as thousands of people from around the world come to Ganga Talao to marvel at the history, experience and connect with the spiritual essence of the Grand Basin.
This is a holy place where most of the people come, most of the Hindu religious people, but it is for everyone. Every Mauritian come here, where people here come to pray. As you can see, many people, how they are praying, they are using coconuts, flowers mostly, and fruits. They come here to take this water and they bring it back home for their families, and they go to their temples in their villages and they pray. You can take the water, anyone can take the water. It's a holy place. They pray for Lord Shiva, as you can see here. There's a statue of around 108 feet, and we have other statues here. And people are here every day. You can see here, every day tourists come here. Yes, it's a very interesting place, very important place, we can see.
From time immemorial, the whole island of Mauritius has largely been a sugarcane field, producing sugar as the mainstay of the island's economy. But declining markets and lower prices prompted the island to diversify its economy from sugar to frontiers of technology, financial services, tourism, and textiles industry. Today, Mauritius is one of Africa's fastest growing economies. The island nation has and continues to attract massive investments in its economy and has remarkably signed over 30 investment promotions and protection agreements, IPPAs, with other countries. Its veritable economic diversification program has seen the island's gross domestic product, GDP, rise to 12 billion United States dollars and a per capita income of 9,000 United States dollars, 4 times higher than that of Zambia, despite being 30 times smaller than Zambia. In 2014, Mauritius attracted over 441 million United States dollars of foreign direct investments, FDI, into its economy. According to the 2015 World Bank Ease of Doing Business, out of 189 countries in the world, Mauritius ranks 28th and Zambia 111th, while in Africa, Mauritius is 1st and Zambia 10th. In terms of governance, global competitiveness, and economic freedom, Mauritius is ranked 1st in Africa and Zambia is 11th. It is this success story, anchored largely on the thriving textile industry, that Zambia wants to tap and learn from in order to revive its redundant textile industry, boost the manufacturing sector, and spur economic growth. Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry visited the ocean island nation capital of Port Louis and signed an IPPA with the Mauritius Minister of Finance and Economic Development, making Zambia Mauritius' latest investment partner and market.
There's a lot that the two countries can do together. Zambia is a large country It is 750,000 square kilometers. The land is plenty. Agriculture is abundant. Anything you plant nearly anything you plant in Zambia can grow. We only have 14 million people living on these 750,000 square kilometers. And here we are with a country that is rich in mineral resources. Your Excellency, I would like to encourage you and encourage Mauritian investors to come to Zambia. This IPPA, for me, is just the cementing of the relationship that really we should have done a long time ago. And here we are doing it, not a trifle late, but in a timely fashion, because our investors are ready for us to put in place infrastructure such as what we're signing today, the IPPA, to give them the confidence and the security that they require to have confidence to invest in each of our countries.
The government of Mauritius is equally thrilled with the prospect of investing in Zambia and opening up its market to Zambian investments.
Your presence today is quite symbolical of the fact that we can inaugurate, as from today, a new partnership, a new relationship, which will, I hope, allow and Zambia and Mauritius and the population of both countries to benefit from this cooperation.
Zambia's Commerce Minister is hopeful that Zambian firms can take advantage of the IPPA and explore business opportunities.
I would like to believe that what we're creating is an enabling environment for both Mauritian investors and Zambian investors to explore opportunities and begin to actualize them.
The Mauritian Minister of Finance wants his country and Zambia to take advantage of their membership of the Southern African Development Community, SADC, and the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, and benefit from the huge market available in the economic groupings. The island nation is already building on its business niche in Eastern and Southern Africa by exploring business opportunities in West Africa, and believes that Mauritius can be the hub for Africa's development and gateway to the East.
2 centuries back, there was a governor here. His name was Labudene. Yes. And he said at that time that Mauritius is the most important regional port for Africa. And what he said was just literature, because as long as Africa was sleeping, the port here was sleeping. And the moment that investors realized that any international investor would do the most foolish decision by avoiding Africa, the moment that Africa emerged, we emerged also.
Mauritius' flourishing textile industry is run under the umbrella of Comptoir Maurice Textile, CMT, and is the 10th largest in the world with an investment of over $200 million US. The company, which is based in Phoenix, not far from the capital, Port Louis, has grown from the small operation of 32 employees in 1986 to an international brand with over 16,000 employees and a presence in 5 countries, namely Mauritius, Bangladesh, China, France, and the United Kingdom. CMT has 20 operations, of which 7 are locally based and the rest are spread across Asia, Europe, and Africa, where over 50 million garments are produced every year. CMT runs a fully integrated operation with emphasis on value addition to locally produced goods at competitive prices. Its operations involve spinning of yarn, fabric knitting, dyeing, and all kinds of textile operations, which are supplied to leading clothing stores in Europe and South Africa.
There is no any secret behind all these things we are doing, and these are the business needs. When we started 1986 and with a small setup, and today we are quite pretty big. So just to come to a good critical mass, okay, we have to come to a volume. And doing volume is not that we do one single product. So we have to do multiple product. And that is where when we do different type of product, then we need to understand what are the requirement of our customers, right? So the customers, this is fashion industry. The customers are always very demanding, right? So then they will need X type of product this year, then Y type of product next year. So every time the demand changes. And at the same time, it is not only the product, different product they want. They would like to have fast services also. So if we need to do the product which are going to sell really, we need to capture fashion right from the market, right from the ramp.
CMT believes that many upstart textile industries in Africa, and Zambia in particular, fail to penetrate the European markets due to failure to have a competitive product development framework that can satisfy customers. Existence of supporting logistical infrastructure to facilitate transportation of raw materials and finished products is cardinal for the smooth operation of the textile industry.
In business today, okay, we have to do a lot of things which are other than the manufacturing activities. Customer expectation, lead time, quality, consistency, sustainability of whatever we are doing. So when the customer is satisfied, he will not go anywhere. If the customer is not satisfied, if he leaves you once, then he will not come back again. So these things are very important whenever we talk about textile or we talk about fashion business. Sometimes the customer says that I am selling very well. You have to give me 50,000 pieces in 2 weeks' time. But this 2 weeks' time, 50,000 pieces, they are not going to go by sea. If you send by sea, then what will happen? They will reach in 45 days' time or 40 days' time. So the sales have already gone. Market is already gone because fashion is not going to wait for even 1 week. If you are selling today, we have to sell today. Because fashion sells by style, by color. Today the color is very good, tomorrow the color is not selling. So the point is then you have to have air freight facilities. So then you have to have cargo facilities, air freight facilities, good airlines where you load and next day it lands at the destination place where it is going to be sold. So the point is that it is not one aspect which is important. Availability of cotton is one aspect. Availability of manpower is another aspect. Availability of infrastructure is another aspect. Then port facilities, airport facilities and logistics is another aspect. Putting everything together, if it works, certainly it will work. And if any of the link is weak, it will not work.
This rags to riches story is one that has left a deep impression on government, and the minister wants Zambia to learn from the Mauritian success story.
When I see what you've done in the textile industry, Your Excellency, and I look at Zambia, whose textile industry is really non-existent, I just say to myself, this is a low-hanging fruit that we can pluck tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And, Your Excellency, Zambia was said to be a landlocked country. We have stopped using that term. We call it now a land-linked country. And today you have buttressed that thinking when you talk about the port and the centralness and the connectivity that Mauritius is wanting to bring to Africa. I cannot call my country landlocked because you are helping me to land link it to the world.
Inspired and bold by the Mauritian transformation, the Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry called on her Mauritian counterpart to share notes. During the talks, the Mauritians reminisced the days of Zambia Airways, and the Commerce Minister spelled out government civil aviation plan.
Yeah, I think I remember. Yeah, very long time back.
Very long time back.
Yeah.
Direct flight.
Yeah.
Direct flights. Really, it should not take me 8 hours to get here. I should be able to get here much quicker than going that way and that way. We are reviving our airline.
Okay.
By June, we should be operational. So Zambia Airways will be back on its feet.
Very good.
And I really think that the Mauritius route should be a route we should think about.
The Mauritian Commerce Minister stressed the importance of economic diversification.
When we started inviting investors in Mauritius, and started getting
factories, and at the same time, we had a very high rate of unemployment, and government gave facility to almost everybody to buy machines, and people started in their own homes with 1 or 2 machines, getting some contract from the big companies, and building up over that.
Mauritius may be 30 times smaller than Zambia, but this ocean island nation has turned its economy around through a veritable diversification program, and the Commerce Minister is hopeful that Zambia can draw beneficial lessons from Mauritius' economic success story. To the world, Mauritius is not just a leader in textiles, but a tourism paradise where thousands of people seek out the ocean island nation's beautiful beaches and breathtaking views that have formed the core of its tourism.